say that you're afraid of Trump and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people, you better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
Whoa, lunatic trans people threatening the city council of Worcester, Massachusetts, and it worked. They became a sanctuary city for trans, but the journey, that's worth seeing. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. This is where we call out lies, hypocrisy, and corruption and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters because truth conquers. But you can't conquer anything if you're a weak piece of garbage, and if you are, it's your fault. I don't mean that in a bad way, but if you're tired of feeling weak, have low energy, poor mood, nobody's gonna fix it but you. That's why I take ancestral supplements, grass-fed beef liver. It is nature's multivitamin, makes your metabolism fast, energy high, cravings for crap low. It's something you can do to make yourself healthy and strong. Grab your grass-fed beef liver at ancestralsupplements.com/JPReacts, and for 15% off, use discount code JPReacts. Let's get into it. Thirsty. Worcester, Massachusetts, now a sanctuary city for trans people. We'll get into exactly what that means. But first, what's more important than city council voting to become a trans sanctuary city? It was the circus. The most ridiculous looking people coming out saying the most ridiculous looking things during the city council meeting. And these people, they weren't trans. They were trans. So first, let's start with a lady that apparently identifies as a clown.
I need the city to protect me because the federal government won't.
The federal government actually has a huge military. It is the best thing at protecting you at a security level. So at least the one now. I don't know what she wants to be protected from. Probably the voices inside her own head.
And if you think you're afraid of Trump, you should see how afraid of Trump I am.
She looks like she's afraid of everything.
You wrap up, please.
Yes, I can. If you say that you're afraid of Trump and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people, you better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
The brilliance. I will threaten the city council in order to get my way. Like, this isn't a safe space for me. So if you don't do what I want, I am literally threatening you because I'm smart. Everybody wants the city to be safe for trans people. In fact, non-selfish people want the city to be a safe space for everybody. But nonetheless, I just love the brilliance of making a very direct threat in order to get your way. Let's take a look at this happy-looking LGBTQIA plus TS 4R squared part of the community.
I'm shaking right now.
Correct. This person, if you look at the footage, she's not shaking.
I don't want to be here.
Correction. He's not shaking.
I'm sorry. Am I taking too long pleading for my life?
Yep.
You remembered how many children I have and that 2 of them are trans. Wow.
Why are 2 out of your 2 children that you have trans? Is that your doing, Mom? Now, take a quick look at the news headline before we get back to the circus. Massachusetts city votes to become a transgender sanctuary city. So, cool. They said they're a sanctuary city after these people ragefully levied threats against the city council, which, by the way, it's so funny. Like the clown lady, you can see the most unthreatening looking person threatening them. That, I don't know if that's why they voted for it. But let's look real quick what it means that they're a sanctuary city. And as you can see in this write-up, them being a sanctuary city doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's unlike the left to say things that don't mean anything. What's a virtue signal? It's everything we do. So you can see here, there are potential implications if we identify as a sanctuary city. Potential implications. So basically, I'll summarize this BS for you. The potential implications is they'll try to violate Trump's executive orders that say, like, okay, boys can't play on the girls' sports teams. For example, grown men can't use women's restrooms. Executive order kind of stuff. And they'll try to violate it. And if they can get away with it, they'll do it. That's the implication. But if they can't get away with it, if there's legal consequences or federal funding reduced, then weirdly, they'll throw their hands up and be like, we're not a sanctuary city anymore. We really stand by and we're willing to die for the cause of being a sanctuary city. Unless you cut off our funding, then we'll abandon it real fast. But that's just the legalities of it. Who really cares? Let's see some of the community, the best and brightest of the community in action again.
I speak as both the B and the T in the LGBT.
I'm multiply disabled. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that causes me immense physical pain. I'm on the autism spectrum.
Yeah, obviously. But it's so funny, like I'm so sorry you have physical disabilities that cause you pain. And that has nothing to do with the issue of talking to city council, trying to become a sanctuary city. That just means this person wants to victimize themselves in public. Look at this. Attention me. Are those cameras on me? Look at that. I'm in a lot of physical pain. I have 19 disabilities and it really hurts. And it's connective tissue. It's like that doesn't have anything to do with this.
And I have narcolepsy and I couldn't drive myself here. So I had to hide from my driver that I was in drag, which is not an easy thing to do in drag.
In drag. So is that actually a guy? And it's a stretch to say that this person is in women's clothes. They're in clown clothes. But is that a guy? Or is that a lady that identifies as a guy that identifies as a lady? Russian doll effect of gender identity? Could be that. It's almost like if you try to follow this person logically, you end up running around in a circle that leads nowhere other than a corner.
I do not want to be here. It's my day off.
Like these people like, I don't want to be here. Did you know you're here? Did you know you brought yourself here? Why'd you come here if you didn't want to go? I didn't want to go, so I went. That's how dangerous this city is. That's why we need to be a sanctuary city. This is so dangerous that I came here when I didn't want to. It's horrible. We'll get back to the video in just a second, but first I want to tell you what ruins my day more than anything, and that's a poor night's sleep. I've gone through periods of time where I struggle with my sleep, whether it's taking me a long time to get to sleep or I'm asleep but I don't sleep very deeply. The next day I have poor energy, low motivation, low mood, but I decided to do something about it with Dream. I love Dream. It is a revolutionary approach to sleep with all natural sleep supportive ingredients in the form of indulgent hot chocolate. Dream helps me fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, I sleep deeper, and wake up the next day more refreshed than ever before. And that makes my quality of life the next day so much better, and it's just all in the form of one simple routine I do before going to bed, which is taking my Dream. And if your sleep hasn't been very good or you just want it to be better, you no longer have to be helpless anymore. Now there's something quick, easy, and supportive you can do for it, and that's Dream. Welcome to 2025. We're living in a new paradigm where we know it's necessary to take responsibility for our health, and that means our sleep. The question is, are you going to be one of the people taking self-responsibility? So go to shopbeam.com/JPSears, and for up to 35% off your Beam Dream, use discount code JPReacts. And instead of waking up feeling like you've been tortured in a prisoner of war camp, enjoy waking up feeling happy, full of optimism and energy for the day. Shopbeam.com/JPSears. Now back to the video. For the record, before these folks started testifying before the city council, when I saw this, honestly, I was against Worcester, Massachusetts becoming a sanctuary city for trans. Just thought, like, this is America. Everybody can be themselves as long as you're not violating the rights of other people. You want this special classification. But after I saw this video, I am fully supportive. I want Worcester, Massachusetts to be a sanctuary city, and they are, and I want you to know I am grateful. I want them to be. I want only them to be. It is a beautiful spectacle These are just a few of the community members coming out to speak at the city council. How entertaining are those folks? Like, no longer, if you want a weekend of great entertainment, you're not going to have to go to the great expense of flying to Vegas. Cirque du Soleil tickets, how much are those? $80, $200? That is an expensive weekend of entertainment. Not to mention, you got a valet park. Expensive. Next time I want a good weekend of entertainment and you as an American want the same thing, you just take yourself to Worcester, Massachusetts. Probably flying to Boston. There's a close regional airport, quick connecting flight to Worcester, and you just walk around town, open your eyes, and you're like, this is a show. Everybody's wearing a costume. They're talking nonsense. It's like we're in a schizophrenic Dr. Seuss cosplay. This is amazing. Worcester, I support this cause for you and only you. I am glad you're doing this. These people are amazing.
I do not want to be in your DMs. I do not want to be in your email inboxes. I do not want my creativity writing diss tracks like Kendrick.
Most people probably don't want this person in their DMs either. By the way, what a real looking beard. This is a real man with a real beard.
I don't want to spend an hour applying glitter on my face so that you will hear and see me.
Breaking news, by the way, research has just come out. It concludes that liberal women are the least happy group of people out there. That has nothing to do with anything. Let's go back to this very happy liberal woman screaming.
Let us remember that the Nazis burned the books that the Nazis burned books on gender sciences first.
Are we just making things up?
Administration has villainized and marginalized migrant workers, trans, LGBT people, and even special needs.
He sounds like a special needs person trying to say that.
Denying life-saving and affirming care.
Can you look at me and tell me how many of my friends need to die before you do anything?
Please wrap up.
Look at me.
Okay, we're all done here.
Pathetic.
We're all done. Come on.
Once again, research has concluded that liberal women are the least happy group of women or people. And I want you to know, I don't believe that research. That just seems irrefutably false when I see things like this. These nice people, these aren't trans people, these are just angry, unstable people. But the best way for them to compel city council to vote yes on being a sanctuary city would for them to don't show up. Like, hey, you guys, this is your cause. Yeah, quit yelling. Just hear me. I don't. Quit yelling. Go to the other side of the town. Trust me, it's going to help your cause.
So we need to continue celebrating Black History Month because in spite of what...
I like that. She thinks Black History Month is part of the trans movement. That is best and brightest.
It's coming down from Washington. We all know that we all exist and we all need to be recognized for our existence.
Dude, I love this lady in the back snapping her fingers. Dude, we all do exist. Come on, did you hear that? We all exist. Not many people say that. Not even many people know that. We exist. Trans rights. Black History Month is the biggest part of trans rights. She probably thinks that's what the B stands for at LGBTQIA+, QR squared, 3.14159 community.
But be aware that you are a guest in my house when you come. And when you come, know that there are strong queer and trans people in my classroom who will collect you with the quickness.
I'm so glad she has her own classroom.
My name in drag is Dee Dee Delight.
Dude, more snapping of the fingers. Come on, let's just watch that.
And my name out of drag is Dewey Cosgrove Atienza.
Laddie LaRouge, he, they, in drag, District 3.
My legal name is Olivia D'Ambrosio. My public name is Livy Scanlon. My wife and I own a home in the Canal District.
I speak as someone who is always misgendered, like all the time.
No, I couldn't imagine that someone would mistake this woman for a man. Look at the lengths he's gone to be a woman. He put on a little bit of lipstick. You know, he's dressed like he's John Fetterman. So he bothered to put on a little bit of red lipstick and you mistake him for a man? I can't believe that. And honestly, I am disappointed in you if that's what you did.
People refer to me as sir when I prefer to be referred to as ma'am. I speak as someone who is afraid to use public toilets.
Ideally, ma'am, ideally you're going to be using the man's toilet, or else everybody else is afraid of you.
I speak as someone who is a member of this community and is a queer person.
You have to imagine being me and my wife.
Once again, breaking news. Research has concluded that liberal women are the least happy group of people. I still can't believe it.
Fearing that our marriage rights will be stripped away at any moment.
Please, I only have so much time. Please, Joe's gonna cut me off.
Which matters more? Covering the legal fees of systemic police brutality or protecting the lives of queer people in our community? How many lives have to be lost before you consider fighting back against fascism and corruption?
Dude, fascism. That's what we're doing now, fascism.
The time to say that if federal money relies on the dehumanization of trans people, that we don't want your goddamn money.
I get that some of you care more about easy funding than trans lives, and don't mind Nazis for some whatever reason.
I like that. Apparently the German Nazis took over our federal government.
Normally I would say good evening, but through the chair I will only impart my sour grapes.
Oh.
An extremely emotional and taxing thing to stand up here.
I'm glad he's probably bummed he no longer has a job in Biden's administration stealing luggage.
Someone as part of the trans and gender diverse community.
My name is Katie. I'm from District 5, and I'm speaking in support of agenda items 10B and 14B.
Still doing COVID.
Right now in our country, Trump is threatening the trans and gender diverse community.
Noticing people here are trying to control the rights of others, and that's not right. We should make West
All right. Did your mom or dad write that for you? And dear God.
Sanctuary City for trans people. Everybody deserves to feel safe, and everybody needs to feel safe.
Parents dressed them in a shirt with American flag upside down. So now our country's in distress, Mom and Dad?
I've lived here for 4 years, and there hasn't really been any changes in how people feel safe in the city. My birthday is this Saturday, and all I want is peace and for you to vote yes. Please don't let me down for my birthday. There's a lot of queer people that I love, and to Candy Carlson, you should know to never call someone I'm 7 and I know better. The kids are watching.
How many of these different speakers, like the lady in the lipstick, beard, like that, how many of these people are like, oh my gosh, I love that kid. He is so powerful. Let me take you to the bathroom. I just want to spend a little time with you.
Oh my gosh.
What you got there at that meeting of the best and brightest representing a community of people, according to them, they are representing them, was a lot of emotional hysteria. Was there any logic? No, because we don't need logic. We need to convince city council based on how willing we are to get angry in public and scream and shout while wearing these interesting looking costumes and drawn on beards and lipstick on our bearded faces. Wow. I'm glad we live in America. I enjoy seeing things like this. And Worcester, Massachusetts, I hope you stay a sanctuary city for a long time. This is beautiful. I want to come see the spectacle. I think it'll be entertaining. With that said, let me know what you think of these citizens and what their, I don't know if you'd call them arguments, but words of screaming demands. Let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. I'll look forward to seeing you on our next video. But until then, just try to be nice.